when Horry County needs to invest $400 million, they bank on this morning's guest. Who is he? You'll meet him coming up next on Carolina People. Good morning. Welcome to Carolina People. This morning we're at the Horry County Government and Justice Center in historic downtown Conway. We're focused on the office of the treasurer, and we're visiting with Horry County's treasurer, Roddy Dickinson. Good morning, Roddy.
Good to see you again, Greg.
Thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Early on a Monday morning. Great way to kick off the week. We got a tremendous week all week here. And you know, we're wrapping up the week with Sheriff Philip Thompson, who that day on Friday, it will have served 30 years.
That's amazing. He's had a wonderful career with Horry County, and it's been good to him, and he's been good to Horry County.
Absolutely. 30 years as a professional law enforcement officer. And obviously tomorrow, the coroner, Robert Edge, will be with us.
Another long time.
I know, 20 years as coroner, and before that, 6 years as a county councilor.
Yes,
so,
sir.
Long time service. Didra Edmonds will be with us on Wednesday, who's been here. And then, of course, hopefully Greg Hembry on Thursday. He's a busy cat all the time, it seems like.
He seems to be a little busy this week. But
oh, yeah. Last week, I know he was going strong with Court TV and all those activities, and the treasurer's office is staying real busy right now.
Right, Greg. This time of year is a real busy time for us. Of course, this tax collection season, and between October and March, we stay really busy in the treasurer's office, collecting the property taxes from the citizens here in Horry County.
Sure. This is your position as treasurer, that's an elected position.
Yes, it was. I was fortunate enough to be elected treasurer back in 2004. And, you know, and Greg, it's been one of the most rewarding challenges of my life, and I appreciate the opportunity that the voters of Horry County has given to me, and we've been working hard in the treasurer's office to make it a much better office for the taxpayers.
What has been the most gratifying aspect of serving as treasurer here in Horry County, Roddy?
Probably having to take an office that and a group of people and bring them together to do a function for the county government. It's just been a wonderful experience working with these people in the office and with the taxpayers of Horry County and looking to try to improve what we do in the treasurer's office and make some changes there that will help everyone here in Horry County.
Absolutely. Roddy, real quick about yourself. Are you originally from the area?
I grew up in Mullins, Greg, but I've been in Horry County for 35 years now.
Is that right? Wow.
Right. I married a good Ainer girl, which was...
you married a girl from Ainer.
Yes, I did. That's fortunate for me.
Yeah.
I got one son, Kelsey. He's been living and working in Horry County all his life, too, as well.
Absolutely. And, of course, you out-married yourself. Nancy is... she works here in the area as well.
Right. She works for a local doctor here,
Great.
Dr. Saunders. He's the adult medicine doctor, and she's been with him now for about a little over 2 years.
Absolutely.
She enjoys her job too.
I saw that your son recently joined McMillan Small Funeral Home, which just celebrated 30 years of service here in Horry County. And of course, Steve McMillan, the owner of the home there, just won a big award, an ICE award.
Yes,
from
he did.
The Area Chamber of Commerce.
Yes, he sure did. Kelsey spent many years with Goldfinch. He's been in the funeral business now for about 10 years now.
Is that right? 10 years.
Steve McMillan, an old Mullins boy like me, gave Kelsey an opportunity to go to work for him, and of course Kelsey, took advantage of that situation. It's been working out real well for him, and I appreciate Steve and his family of people down there helping Kelsey out, and I know he'll do a good job for him.
He and Lee have a great operation there, and the opportunity to have Kelsey come in and really help take him to the next level is wonderful.
Kelsey brings with him many years of experience in the funeral business, and he can only be an asset to that particular organization. I know he will be.
Oh yeah. You know, there's so many frequently asked questions in the county, and of course for the treasurer's office.
Right.
But one of the big questions is, what exactly are those functions, the major functions of the treasurer's office? What are some things that viewers may not even think of?
Well, of course, the biggest and probably the most known thing that the treasurer is responsible for is the collection of property taxes.
Right.
Now, in some counties in the state of South Carolina, the treasurer is only responsible for the collection of current taxes. Here in Horry County, I guess if you want to call it lucky, I don't know, but I'm also responsible for the collection of delinquent property taxes as well.
Ugh, yeah.
And I am the only treasurer in the state of South Carolina that has responsibility of a business license office and a hospitality fee department as well.
Is that right?
Right. I got a group of 7 people over there, and they're responsible for collecting and accounting for about $40 million a year in fees and licenses.
No. Wow.
Mm-hmm. And another major responsibility of the treasurer is to invest all the excess revenue that the county has, the school district has, solid waste authority, and the airport.
Right.
And we invest these monies and earn interest for these particular entities as well.
So 4 particular focuses there on behalf, in addition to investing dollars in the county, both the current taxes, delinquent taxes, hospitality fees, and of course business license. That is a lot of activity.
Right. There's 39 people in the treasurer's office right now.
Is that right? Mm-hmm. Including yourself?
Including myself.
39.
Mm-hmm. And we spread out over 5 different locations here in Horry County.
Right.
We have, of course, our location here in Conway.
Right.
Ciprico Lane for the South Strand. We got our North Myrtle Beach location.
Right.
On 21st Avenue.
Yeah.
And also up at Stevens Crossroad in Myrtle Beach. And North Myrtle Beach.
In North Myrtle Beach, yes, yes.
And of course our business license office is located right here in Conway.
Here, close by.
Right down the road here on Beatty Street.
Oh, great, good. So 5 locations. Does that require you to travel the county to visit the locations, or do you have strong support staff in those areas so you don't have to travel as much?
I got real good staff in these different locations. And any business of the treasurer's office can be done at any of the treasurer's office locations.
Right.
It's a full service type of setup. But of course, when you get 39 people spread out over 5 locations, that is a challenge. And I do get around to all the satellite offices as much as I can. And make sure everybody's doing well and taking care of the business of the treasurer's office. Has
the treasurer's office always had those multiple satellite offices?
Over the years, it has grown.
Right.
I think the newest addition is the location at the South Strand.
Oh, yeah, the Scipio Lane, sure.
The locations in North Myrtle Beach and Myrtle Beach have been around for many years.
Right, sure.
And of course, the business license office, that came into effect in 2000. So that's a fairly new office as well.
Absolutely. You also have a tremendous deputy treasurer.
I sure do. I was fortunate. I got another girl from Ainer to help me.
Ainer's well represented.
Yes, they are.
In the treasurer's office.
Get some good people out of that town. Angie Jones, she's my deputy treasurer.
Yes.
She does a fine job for us.
She's amazing.
She's got a real strong personality. She helps me with the day-to-day operations of the treasurer's office. She helps with the investing of the money. So she plays a very important role within the treasurer's office, as well as everybody that's in the treasurer's office.
Absolutely. All 39 of you all clearly wearing a lot of hats.
Yes.
You've got those 4 particular divisions, as well as investing all the county's funds for the county, the school district, and you said solid waste authority and the airport.
Yes, sir. We
4
do all
big, wow. What kind of money are we talking about, Roddy, when folks think about y'all reinvesting in the funds, and how do y'all go about making those decisions as to where to invest those dollars?
Of course, this time of year, we're kind of heavy in investment. Because
flush with cash.
We are heavy in cash right now. We're probably carrying right now around $424 million
oh, my Lord,
in investments right now.
Wow.
On about 143 different instruments. Now, toward the summertime or the fall, before tax seasons, these investments will probably dwindle down around $260 million a year. And of course, whenever we have money available, we put it out for bid. We send it to the banks.
Good.
And of course, the bank that gives us the best interest rate, that's who we invest with.
Wow, that's tremendous.
And we invest in money markets, we use CDs, and we just recently started using federal securities as well.
Very good.
So we kind of branched out. in our investment portfolio, and just trying to do the best interest earnings for the county.
That's tremendous.
And that's what it's all about, is earning money that offsets any types of millage increase.
Right, right. If a viewer needs to get off to work now or get family off to school, Roddy, what's the best phone number for someone to call, and is there a good website to visit if they've got questions, if they need to get out right now?
Treasurer's office is 915-5470.
Okay, great.
And of course, we on the Horry County website in the Treasurer's Department.
Great.
www.horrycounty.org.
Okay. Click on Treasurer.
You can go there and find out anything you need to know about the Treasurer's office.
Well, there's information about all the office locations and their separate phone numbers. There's, of course, the main office here in the Government and Justice Center, as well as lots of frequently asked questions, and a lot of those come into play. You know, recently, it seems like over the last 3-4 years during your tenure as treasurer, you all have been very proactive, kicking off lots of new programs. I wanted to make sure we had an opportunity to highlight some of those. One of them was the Bank Direct, the online banking system. Share with viewers a little bit about Bank Direct, please.
I'd be glad to. But see, what's brought about all this change is that the growth in Horry County has just exploded in the last 10 years, as everybody has witnessed. And Horry County government has to be more efficient in what we do.
Right.
Adding employees is not always the best solution that we have, or an option that county council gives us, because they control the number of people that I use. So our office has to be more efficient at what we do. We've got to save taxpayers the dollars. And one of the first things that I did when I walked into the treasurer's office was looked at how we handle the money.
Right.
Because the treasurer's office is similar to a bank, and how we account for and keep up with this money is important. So we enacted a online banking system called Bank Direct. Now, see, Bank Direct is provided to us by our main banking provider, which is Bank of America.
Good, yes.
And it's an online system that gives us instant access to all our banking needs. We do all our ACH transfers through this. We wire transfers, and we look at bank accounts. It has really enhanced our efficiency as far as our banking needs within the treasurer's office.
And Bank of America interfaces with lots of county governments. I mean, they are really deep into county government, not only in the southeast but around the country. So they've done lots of tried and true examples of making sure they've really made it seamless for Horry County.
Oh, for sure. I mean, Bank of America is a real strong bank. They got representatives that just work with county governments, and they understand the business, and they really help us a lot.
Absolutely, absolutely. One of the other big things, of course, was positive pay. Fraud prevention. Is fraud a real problem here in the county, Roddy?
Fraud is a problem everywhere in the country.
All over the country.
All over the country, and you hear about it a lot. One of my responsibilities as treasurer is to protect these assets of Horry County.
Right.
Very important job that I have to do.
Yeah.
And through our banking system, we initiated a system called Positive Pay. Now, Positive Pay is a system by which protects every check that Horry County writes against any type of fraudulent use.
Right.
And we have, through this system, have caught many people frauding county checks. And
is that right?
Yes,
county checks.
Right.
Wow.
And also through Bank Direct, we also put a system of blocks on all our checking accounts to protect our accounts from any type of electronic attack on our accounts.
That happens
so that
regularly
as well as
Sure.
People actually counterfeiting our checks. And so it's a big problem, but we do the best we can to protect these assets.
Right. So for any check that's cut, and of course your signature, I hadn't even thought about that until early this morning. Your signature is on all checks that go out to all county employees, all elected officials in the county. If they're paid by the county, Roddy Dickinson's signature's on there. That must be a little intimidating, Roddy.
Well,
you get goosebumps thinking about that?
Somebody's got to sign the checks.
Yeah.
So, but that's just I don't really give that a whole lot of thought.
Oh, yeah, sure.
My main purpose is to get these checks processed and get them out. But
Well,
that's
some
just
folks must give it some thought. I know our director pointed out that prior to your service as treasurer, that formerly the name of Fast Treasures had been used on when people would send their checks in to pay their taxes, wherein now you made that seamless change into making sure folks know they're paying Horry County Treasurer.
Right, and it's a personal thing
Sure.
to me. This is not Roddy Dickinson's money.
Right.
Whenever you make out your tax payments, you're paying Horry County. And,
Right.
And that's the way it should be. And that's just something I implemented. And but of course, you know, if you do send in your check with my name on it, we will cash it.
You will cash it.
We will
That's
cash
right.
it.
Absolutely.
We
Yeah.
will run it through.
You won't cash it. The county will.
The county will cash it.
That's
of
exactly
course.
right. The county will cash it. Of course, e-pay, the online payment of taxes. That must be something that's gotten a lot of people excited. Have you? I know when we were together at Sparks Toyota last year, filming
Right.
about this same time, you were there and talking about. At that time, I think you were in front of county council, trying to talk to them about the benefits of e-pay,
Right.
being able to pay online as well as spread it out. I think over multiple quarterly payments or otherwise. Share with viewers what prompted e-pay.
Okay. Well, it's not really the e-pay system, it's the installment plan.
Okay, excuse me. It
That's
says
okay.
online payment of taxes,
Right.
e-pay.
But it's the same situation. As you know, taxes go out in October and they're due around Christmas time.
Right.
A lot of people in Horry County have a tax burden around Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
And about 2 years ago, the state passed a law that allowed the treasurer to do an installment payment plan.
Good.
What this plan does, and I went before county council, got their permission to do it. What this plan does is you pay your taxes in installments. You prepay your taxes in 5 different installments. So starting this year, went into effect, and we have over 2,000 parcels on this particular program.
2,000 folks signed up for it.
2,000 parcels, and I'm
Wow.
really excited about this thing. It's really has done more than I really thought it would do. About $2.6 million of installment payments have been set up for this
that
year.
right? That's
and I'm real
tremendous.
proud of this, and I'm sure this program's going to grow. But what you do is you sign up with the program.
Right.
We'll send you a booklet. You got 5 little coupons in it. You send in your coupons. They start in February, and then every other month you send in about 16% of your tax notice.
Great.
So by the end of the year in October, you paid about 85% of your tax
Right.
burden. I'll look what the taxes are going to be for 2008, and I'll bill you the difference. It's a good plan. It's your option to take advantage of this plan if you like, and it's been working real well for us.
And if folks aren't real internet savvy, they can call your office to walk through those steps, the 843-915-5470.
That's correct.
They call the office. You've got folks in there, part of the crew of 39,
They'll
to
take
make
it.
sure and help walk through those steps,
That's
make
right.
it real user-friendly. And that's secure.
Yes.
Is it secure online forms? If I'm putting my credit card in or otherwise, that's all secure.
Well, now we haven't got our installment payment plan on the internet.
Oh,
yet,
okay.
on
Excuse me.
payments.
Yes.
But that's where we headed to this thing, because see,
Right.
it's going to get to be so big, it'll be a lot easier for people to go online and pay this installment plan.
Right.
Now, probably what you think about, Greg, is our e-pay for taxes.
E-pay for taxes, yes. The
Right.
online payment of taxes.
Right.
Excuse me. Yeah.
That's fine.
That is done commonly, though.
That
Folks
is
can
done.
pay online, just not
Right.
an installment yet.
Right.
Right.
And we started the e-pay back in January of 2006.
Okay.
Glad to do this for the taxpayers of Horry County. Now
wonderful.
they can sit in the comfort of their homes or sit at their desk at work and pay their vehicle notices. They can
Right.
pay their real estate tax notices. Last year, we had over 5,000 hits on our e-pay for taxes.
Is that right?
The months of this past December and January, $3.5 million was paid in
By
taxes through our
e-pay.
e-pay system.
Is that right? That's
Around
tremendous.
2,400 hits. So we will do a lot better on our e-pay system.
Sure. As time progresses, we'll
Time-
continue to do better.
We will continue to do better. People take advantage of it. It's convenient for the taxpayer,
Sure.
and it's a very efficient way to process a great number of tax notices as well.
Right.
So it's more efficient for us as well.
You know, you were highlighting that aspect of sitting in the comfort of your own home or at your desk, and of course, oftentimes folks associate paying taxes with being pretty upset at something, cursing at the screen as they're putting in their credit card information. You know, the association of Roddy with the aspect of paying taxes, that's probably a pretty daunting task at times as well. I think you also said the state, or is it the county, that forces you to send out those notices and to publish delinquent taxes.
Right. Like I said earlier, I am responsible for the collection of delinquent taxes as well.
Right.
In state law, we go through a process. You go through a process of sending out the tax notices,
Right.
charging penalties at certain times in January, February, March.
Oh, yeah.
And then after about March the 15th, taxes go delinquent. And I basically turn these over to my delinquent tax office.
Right.
We send you notifications. We send you certified letters. We go out there and actually levy on your property.
Wow.
So we
fun.
give the landowner or the taxpayer all the notice that we can.
Right.
And still, if it's not paid, these properties go to sale. Not
boy.
Roddy's rule, state of South Carolina
rule.
rule. And
Right.
of course, we advertise these properties in the papers, and it's not to embarrass anyone.
Sure.
It's to inform you that you might not know
Sure.
that you got a delinquent tax bill.
Right.
Many people have read that in the paper and say, "Oh, I forgot to pay my taxes."
Oh, yeah.
And they'll come down here, they can pay their taxes, and of course, if they pay by sale date, everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Absolutely. Well, I know that's got to be a question people ask. Why did Roddy publish my name in the paper?
I have to.
Wherein, obviously, it's state law. You are
It is state
required.
law.
It's
I am
not Roddy
required
doing
to.
anything. It is the office doing that. Which
And
is,
people also need to know, Greg, that if your property is sold at tax sale,
Right.
you do have 1 year to get it back.
is that right?
Right. Of course, you'll have to pay the penalties and the interest on that
Right,
property.
sure.
But you do have 1 year to get that property back.
We just got a couple of minutes, Roddy. You know,
Okay.
recently I was thinking about buying a vehicle, and I noticed there that the car dealer had highlighted that they'll pay the taxes and tags. Am I all covered? Are the taxes paid for good when I pay that $300?
This occurs when people go to a car dealer and they buy a new car.
Right.
And the dealer, of course, tells them that I'm going to pay your taxes and tags.
Sure.
What they're talking about is the sales tax, which is, I think, a maximum of $300.
Okay.
But this does not cover their property taxes on that vehicle. And see, vehicles are billed ahead of time,
Right.
unlike real estate, which is in arrears. What we'll do, once that affidavit, as we call them, runs through the auditor's office, we will send you a tax notice on that particular vehicle. And you have, I think, 120 days or so to pay that tax notice.
Okay. Okay. So that is how it's done. I've
Right.
got to pay something other than just the sales tax.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah. You all have also been working real hard to upgrade the phone system, Roddy, particularly at times like this, leading into March, where March 15th, the taxes become delinquent.
For sure. As you can imagine, between October and March, our phone rings a lot. And
Oh, yeah.
we were having difficulty handling all these phone calls.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Plus with the volumes of mail that come into the treasurer's office,
Right.
and the number of people that actually come see us. So we went out there through our IT department and redesigned the whole system for our treasurer's office.
Good.
In the past, every satellite office had a different number.
Sure.
We got rid of all those numbers. Now there's just one number, the
Okay.
915-5470.
Right.
You call that number. Today you might talk to somebody in Surfside.
Sure.
Next time you call, you might talk to someone in Conway.
Right.
And what we can do, we can route these phone calls in a certain order to different sections of our office.
Absolutely.
Where some people that don't have a lot of walk-up traffic can handle phones.
Sure.
And then just send these phone calls to the right person so we can work them more efficient.
Absolutely, and that has to happen. The efficiency is so critical.
Right, and that's what it's all about, Greg, is making
Right.
this office more efficient and more customer.
And I'm glad
friendly.
you said redesigning. You'll also redesign the vehicle and real property tax bill.
This is true. We did this last year. many people send us real estate when they send in their property tax notice, send us either too much or not enough.
Right.
It was my feelings that people were having trouble reading their tax notices.
Oh, yeah.
So we went out there and we redesigned the whole real estate tax notice to make it easier to read. We're going to keep working on that real estate tax notice.
Good.
I'm not quite there yet, but I get a lot of comments from the people that work in the office, what problems people are having, and we're going to keep tweaking that real estate notice till we can get it down. Because if they send in the right money or the right amount, it makes the whole system flow quicker.
Absolutely, Roddy. That is tremendous. I'm sorry, we've run out of time.
Oh, man, I could stay here all day and talk to you.
I know. We got a lot more to get into. We'll have to get you back another time.
That'd be great. I do appreciate your time.
Absolutely. Stay tuned to more Carolina People with Horry County's Treasurer, Roddy Dickinson, coming up next. You know, had you ever thought of it? Had you ever heard or even thought of it that way? The Treasurer's Office, acting very similar to a bank. And it really has to have that role. And who'd you hear it from? The Treasurer himself. You know, when you think about this time of the year when they've got almost $500 million that they're taking in and investing and making sure the county gets as much back for those dollars so they can spend them throughout the community properly. I'm sure there's a lot more questions that we didn't even get into that you may be thinking. He talked about the group of 39 folks making sure the Treasurer's Office runs seamlessly. They're also there to answer frequently asked questions. If you've got any, take the time to pick up the phone, 843-915-5470, 843-915-5470, or you can go online to horrycounty.org, click on Departments, click on the Treasurer's Office. There's a lot of great questions there. If you want to know anything about bank pay, e-pay, bank direct, positive pay, of course, all the redesigning efforts they've gone into and getting the tax bills looking the way they can be, the best they can be, so that you can understand everything. It's about education. It's about the Horry County Treasurer's Office. Roddy Dickinson, thanks so much for being with us this morning. Absolutely. Yeah.